everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft, and I am participating in the Mix It Up Monday YouTube, Instagram, and blog hop. This happens the second Monday of every month. It's a brand new thing started by Anna from Peace Craft Love, which is an online scrapbook store or crafting store, so you can find lots of really cool things there. And so she has started this hop as a way to have people participating and like showing different ways that they use mixed media. There's a sketch every month to really get you started, and then you can kind of just do whatever you want. So I loved the sketch for this one, and I had a horizontal photo that I thought would work well. This is a photo from this tour of our county that we took back in November, and there were lots of different stops along the way. So I have a bunch of photos from each stop. Some of them I have multiple photos. Some of them I just have one photo. So this house here it's called the Roseberry House, and I only have the one photo of it. We didn't go inside of it. We just kind of took pictures of things on the outside because, COVID was still happening and we were still like trying to be safe. But yeah, it was really interesting to learn about the history. There was a little pamphlet that I have been using to write down stuff for my journaling. So we got to read about the history of all of these different places. And so anyway, so I had one photo for this, and I'm still trying to get all of those photos from that little tour done. So I picked this one for this sketch because it has one photo. You can see the sketch up in the top corner there, and I'm going to leave it up the whole time so you can see what I'm doing here. You're like, why I'm not doing any mixed media? That's going to come. I needed to know the placement of everything before I started putting any type of mixed media down. And at this point, I didn't know what I was going to do. But I wanted to make sure that I had elements in place that sort of mimicked the sketch. So I've got two pieces of patterned paper there in the back. One of them, the light pink one, I am going to cut down a little bit so that it's smaller than the purple. And I kind of feel like that's what it looks like in the original sketch, but I don't know. I just felt I liked it this way, and then when I went back to put everything on the page, I cut it down because I'm like, no, I think we need to have like something a little bit different. But anyway, so then I've got some doilies because I liked the circular elements that I saw in the sketch. You can see I'm pretty much keeping like the design very similar, where it's going from the top left and then down the diagonal to the bottom right corner. I did cut my photo down a little bit as well. It was originally 4x6. I think I took off like, I don't know, just a smidge, there was like some stuff on the side that didn't really need to be there. As long as the house is the center of the photo, I just felt like the 4x6 was a little much. So now I'm taking a pencil, I've got everything placed down, and I'm just tracing some lines so that I know where everything is going to be, and that's also going to help me figure out how to do my mixed media. And isn't that awesome? I was like, I need to get this stuff off, but I don't want to ruin how I've got everything. So I took a mat and I just slid everything off onto the mat, and surprisingly, it worked. I felt like one of those people who pulls a tablecloth out from under the dishes and the dishes all stay. Like, it was amazing. So for my mixed media portion of this, I'm actually doing something that I haven't done probably ever, using a product that I haven't used in like 4 years. And somehow this acrylic paint has not dried out yet. I believe it's a Prima paint, and it's a really pretty kind of like shiny maroon color. I want to say actually the last time I used it was probably 2 years ago. I used it to paint some bubble wrap, and then I pressed the bubble wrap onto my white cardstock as my mixed media background. It was a white with one challenge, and if you want to know more about the white with one challenges, I believe I have a playlist of all the white with one process videos that I did. It's a fun color challenge where you only use the color white and one other color. Crazy. It sounds hard, and sometimes it is, but it's also really satisfying when you find all these things that you have in your stash that meet the color requirement. So yeah, it's a great stash buster. So I'm just taking the stencil, which is a Vicky Boutin stencil. It's one of the new ones that I picked up from my February haul, I think. I don't know, but I really liked it because it had flowers on it, and I felt like this is kind of a flowery thing. I was using some of the paper had flowers on it. I thought it was classy and like kind of old school. I thought it would fit well with like a historical photo. of a house. So I'm just kind of taking little sections and painting them and basing where I'm painting on the lines that I had drawn. So I want this painting to come out from behind all of those layers that I had just put together. And I'm not going to lie, I've never painted with a stencil before. I'm already a pretty messy painter. Like, I'm not a professional artist. I don't know what I'm doing. I just picked the only paintbrush that I had on my desk, and I just started painting. So some of the paint, like, got under the stencil. It's not the most, I guess, precise painting that you may ever see, but I think for my purposes, it worked fine. And then a little bit later, if there is a spot that is kind of like smudged, I will take some Scrapbook.com pops of color, which is like the same thing as Nuvo drops, and kind of cover those up with some shimmery drops. So yeah, this is probably not an activity for the faint of heart. If you are a perfectionist, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you are kind of like a whatever scrapbooker like me, yeah, totally go for it. Paint on your stencils, but also like rinse it off right away. I now have a stencil that is, has paint on it, and like I could use my fingernails to scratch it off. It's not going to be that big of a deal, especially if it's not going to hinder me from using the stencil again. But you should always, best practice is to clean your stencils right after you use them. Anyway, so you can see that I did cut that pink paper down just a smidge, and then I'm just erasing some of the pencil lines. I probably could have written with the pencil a little lighter, or maybe I need a better eraser. But yeah, something else to think about. If you are going to be penciling in lines so you know where to put everything, be very light-handed with the pencil. So I am now lining that little cut apart up. I love that it had a little house on it. I thought that was perfect for this picture. I'm just lining everything up based on where I had the lines, and I think I get everything pretty much the same. I can't guarantee that it's going to be exactly, but it's exact enough that it works for me. And here I'm like, wait, which way did I put this thing? So I have to get the photo out, and there it is. That looks a lot better. And I think most of these papers are from the January Best of Both Worlds kit. So I'm basically like killing a kit here. And then I've also added some other things from, that I had in my stash, like that flower came from the Jen Hadfield, Bungalow Lane die cut pieces. Yeah, and then what else did I throw on here? No, those are from the Best of Both Worlds kit as well. I love those little Vicky Bouton circles to cut out. And so 2 of them are half circles. So they're going to be, it's almost like they're going to be peeking out from behind the photo or that pattern paper. And then I cut out 2 regular circles, and I'm actually going to pop those up on some foam squares. I will have a link below so that you guys can find out how to participate in the next Mix It Up Monday hop. The sketch is posted at the end of the month, and then obviously, like I said before, the hop is the second Monday of every month. And links below also to all the other participants who are playing along this month. So you can see how this sketch inspired them and what kind of mixed media stuff that they did. I'm pretty basic with mixed media. I'm not gonna lie. I don't do a whole lot of craziness. I love using my misting sprays. So if you are a subscriber to this channel, you've probably watched a lot of my process videos already, where I do a lot of the packaging technique with misting sprays. I do a little stenciling, a little stamping here and there. It kind of depends on what I'm feeling like, and a lot of times it depends on what Shamel has told me to do in her YouTube live videos. So yeah, but misting sprays are my mixed media media of choice. Let me know in the comments below what type of mixed media you like to do the best. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so that you don't miss out on more Mix It Up Monday hops and all the other fun hops that I participate in and all the other scrapbook process videos that I put out. There's going to be another one tomorrow, sneak peek, or I'm giving you like a sneak listen. It's going to be another December daily page. My scrapbook goals for this year, I did a blog post about it. I'll try to remember to link it below. Finishing my December daily is one of those goals. Also getting layouts into an album is another one of my goals. And I'm not going to lie, I just bought a 100 pack of scrapbook page protectors, and I've definitely used about 3/4 of them. So I have a lot of layouts in page protectors now. So that's like, I feel like I can cross that goal off my list. But the next step is to actually buy albums and put those page protectors into albums. So I'm keeping my eyes open for some, like, buy one, get one half off sales at Michael's. They usually do that. If you guys hear of anything, let me know, because I'm going to need at least like 3 or 4 albums. I have so many layouts to put together, but at least I have layouts from 2021. I'm getting really close to being caught up and having all my stuff in albums and, just being caught up in general. So you saw me go through some of those alpha stickers, and what I wanted to do is title this Roseberry, because that's the name of the house. However, all of those simple story stickers, they only had 2 R's, and I needed 3. Roseberry, Roseberry, and so it just wasn't going to work. So I have this American Crafts alpha sticker word thing from my stash, and I'd actually pulled it as a potential embellishment for this. That says welcome, and it's gold. It looks very, classy, historic. So I just decided to use that. Welcome to this old historic house, right? So that's the title. Very simple, kind of small, but that's okay. And then I'm just doing the journaling in that pink pattern paper down there, kind of writing down what is in the brochure. Although the brochure wasn't super helpful, so I did have to go on to their website for just a little bit more information about, the guy who built it. It was made of like rough-hewn stone quarry or something, and it took a really long time to build this house. But the guy who built it was like the founder of this town in New Jersey. So it was really, really interesting and funny. It's right in front of a school, and they were going to knock it down to use for the school grounds, and then a preservation society was like, nope, you have to keep it. So it's like sitting right in front of a modern day school building, which I think is really funny. But kind of cool that the kids get to see this part of history, and they probably get to like take field trips, just walk across the parking lot to learn about some very local history, which I think is cool. So here are the pops of color. It's the champagne color. I only have 2 of these in champagne and silver because they were freebies from scrapbook.com. I love getting freebies from them. So I'm just, putting a little bit here and there, again, trying to cover up some smudges from the paint, and also just filling in a couple of negative space here, just building out among the mixed media paint, as well as the embellishment clusters. And then you gotta have splatters. So here's some more mixed media. I've got my Nouveau drops, my mica mist in antique gold, I think it's called. I love the way those look. So that's about it. Like I said before, go down into the description box to see everybody who's participating in today's hop. I hope this was inspiring for you. Come back again tomorrow and forever. Yay! Bye!